Hey guys, this is Trenchy back again to bring you another video. And this time we are doing a review of the 1972 film JD's Revenge. Now I've heard some people talk about this film, mainly Corey. He did a while back, and I decided to check it out myself. And I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed the film for what it was. I had a lot of fun with it. Kind of like Petey Wheatstraw, even though Petey Wheatstraw was more like crazy and shit. This was actually really grounded. Um, and was really surprisingly, like, I thought it was going to be more cheesy, but it was very kind of serious. There was cheesiness to it, of course, but it was pretty damn serious. And it was an interesting movie. The movie's about this guy named Isaac. He's like studying, I think, in college to be like a law person. He's studying law. He's got a good girlfriend. He works as a taxi driver. He also does football. He's like, he's just a good guy, and he's trying to work hard to get what he wants. And he's trying to make a good life. And he goes out with some friends and his girlfriend, and he ends up getting hypnotized. And when he gets hypnotized, there just happens. It never explains how this really happens, but the spirit of an angry gangster who was wrongfully murdered for a murder he did not commit possesses his body and uses it to seek revenge. And yeah, man, that's the movie. In a nutshell, and it's a good movie. I mean, the first half was kind of slow for me, even though maybe I don't know if that was the movie itself or if I wasn't in the mood, cause if I wasn't, like, my mind was wandering and stuff, because I don't know if it was that, but like the first half was kind of like I wasn't really too into it, but that second half, but I actually paused and went to the bathroom in between, and when I came back, that second half was boom, 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 boom. It was so fucking good. And the first half's not bad, it just didn't really have my interest as much as the second half of the movie did. And I like the actors. The guy that plays Isaac is really good. You really feel bad for the guy once he starts getting possessed. And when he is possessed, he goes from a good guy to like pure like evilness, like just an asshole, a piece of shit. Cause even though the gangster was wrongfully murdered, he was still a piece of shit. And it is sad what happened to him, but at the same time he's an asshole. And though we don't really get to see much of him before he was murdered, so maybe him being murdered turned him into an asshole. You don't really know, but no, the guy playing Isaac does a great job, and the guy playing GAD as well does a great job. Everybody, the preacher, there's a preacher in the movie, he does a great job. The girlfriend does a great job. Like, everybody does a great job with the acting. The acting's not really weak at all. there are some really fun sequences in this film. Like there's a really cheesy sequence involving a cab, which was really funny. There was an old lady in this cab, and Ike gets possessed, and it's just it's pretty funny. It's fucked up, but it's funny. Um, there's another segment where Ike Jade, well, he's become JD at this point, had slept with this woman who was married, and then he confronts the husband with this switchblade, and it's so fun. It's just like it's fun sequences. I like how they work with sound in this movie, and how like they'll cut between a woman chopping to him like cutting up the stall, and it's got some fun sequences. Like this movie is not bad, just the beginning of it, like I said, was kind of slow to me and was kind of weak, but that second half was bam bam bam, like very emotional and shit, and very fun. um but the movie's not bad at all. It's a good little movie, man. Like if you want like a enjoyable kind of 70s black exploitation, but it's not wacky like like some of the other ones were like Dolomite and Petey Wheatstraw. They can be a little wacky. This one's wacky, but it's surprisingly grounded, like I said, and I actually like that about it. Like, it gets as wacky as it needs to be, but at the same time, it's trying to tell a very serious story, and I find that cool that they literally took the source material seriously. Because out of the I haven't seen a lot, but out of the few blaxploitations I've seen, usually they're very wacky. So it's cool to see kind of a grounded one to get like a variety out of the genre, and because these back then these were like this was like a way for African Americans to express themselves, because they didn't really have like, they were segregated and shit. Like they were still in other movies with and stuff like that, but it's like they didn't really they they weren't they didn't have as much control as today. So this was kind of like where African American directors and actors got to shine were in these movies. And it's great to see that there was a variety to it, that it wasn't just wackiness. There were some like very serious films. And it was cool to see that with this one. For a ranking, I'll give it a 5. It's a fun movie. There's a nice ass hat in it. It's pivotal to the plot, kinda. There's a good ass looking hat, like very good hat. Rub that hat, man. It's a good hat. It's a good hat, man. Gotta love the hat. Gotta love the hat, man. So I'll give it a 5. It's good. It's good. Like I'll probably try to watch it again. Try to be sucked more into it, into that first part of it. There are some quick cuts and something that the movie wraps up pretty easily. I feel like they could have done a little more, and there are some things that are unexplained. But besides that, I really like the performances. It's got some fun wackiness to it, but it's also very grounded. I like the blood, I like the gore, and I like the story. I got sucked into the story. I like the characters, and it was good. It was good. Definitely worthy of a 5. maybe even a 6. I mean, yeah, I maybe on the second watch it would probably go up higher. It's just that first watch. Is that fucking cat in there? Are you in there? My bad. Maybe on a second watch I'll get more into it, but I did enjoy it this first time watching it, and I'm glad I checked it out. It's a fun little movie that has there's a lot of heart in here as well. For an exploitation film, there is a lot of heart and just a very good story. And I'm not saying that's not in any other exploitation films. There are a lot of exploitation films with good stories and grounded and stuff, you know. But I don't know, there was something about this movie, like especially near the end, that was just like, oh shit. Like I was not expecting that, you know. I was not expecting to get the movie that I got, you know. And it's not a bad thing either, because I ended up enjoying it. But you know, it was a nice surprise. It was a nice surprise. But yeah, I'm gonna end here. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay frosty. This is Trenchy signing off. Beep up boop.